Hey guys, me again, Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. As you can see, we've got the white runway again. I did hear some of your comments that some of you prefer the green background, so I have actually ordered a new green runway just to get back to that old school feel. But today, we're taking a look at something really cool. We're going to be taking a look at this. It's the Rebor 2017 Velociraptor Pete. You can find the item featured in today's review and more at everythingdinosaur.com. Check out their site today. Now, we've reviewed all of the Rebor Velociraptors so far, from Stan and Winston, the baby Velociraptor and the adult Velociraptor, through to Spring-Heeled Jack, the jumping adult Velociraptor, through to Alex DeLarge, the blue-esque jumping Velociraptor. And again, we're presented with something that looks Jurassic World-esque. I'm not sure if this is necessarily blue. You guys will have to let me know which raptor this one resembles from Jurassic World, because apart from blue, I can't tell the others apart that clearly, and I've only seen the film a few times. So here we have Velociraptor Pete in 1/18th scale. I love the Rebor packaging. It's always very high quality. As you can see, it comes in this nice black satin finish. You've got this beautiful image of Pete on the front. Hello, Pete. Very nice. And on the back, we've got a rundown of all the other products in this line. There was a limited edition Winston and Stan faux bronze edition. We have reviewed that one on the channel as well as the rest of these guys. If you want to see those reviews, links are down below. But I just love the Rebor packaging. Very, very nice. And we will be comparing with these guys later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Okay. So without further ado, let's get this one out of the packaging. Here it is. Remember, kids, if you're using a craft knife, do always seek adult supervision, because I don't want you cutting those fragile fingers, because you'll need them more than me. You know, you've got more life to live than me, and you'll need those fingers for opening Rebor packets and Papo packets. And here we go, in his foam prison. Let's get the packaging out of the way. Very, very nice indeed. As you can see, he's nicely packaged. Let's get this one out of the bag. Oh, this looks really cool. So yeah, tell me down below, which one is this? Is this Delta? Does this look like Delta from Jurassic World? Now, as you can see, he has been muzzled. Good old Pete. It's probably for the best, Pete. Keep you from biting anyone. But yeah, first impressions, wow, this thing looks incredible. Very, very nice. So let's take this elastic band off. And that's because he does have an articulated jaw. Oh dear. So here's what's happening on mine, guys. When I open the jaw, you can see the tongue kind of rides the inside part of the jaw and kind of projects forward. You can see there's a lower piece of the neck, and that's actually making the tongue push forward. Now, I don't know if that's part of the mechanism, but if it is, it's pretty cool. But I haven't seen that sort of thing on a Rebor jaw before, so I hope I haven't broken it, but I don't think I have. So as usual, Rebor have provided this really beautiful, sandy, realistic looking base, very nicely sculpted. As you can see, it's got the little footprints of the Velociraptor there. Underneath, it does have the little logo for Rebor's Pete, 1/18th scale, and there's a nice silhouette of Pete. I just love the way that Pete sounds like a very ordinary name. Instantly endears me to this Velociraptor. And you can see there's a little metal peg, and that's what keeps him in place. So here's Pete on the old turntable. You can get a closer look at him from all angles. Really love the posing on this one, and part of me hopes we get the classic Velociraptor in this pose, because this is really dynamic. For a lot of you Velociraptor fans, I think you've been picking up these Rebor Velociraptors because they're just the best ones out there. in terms of Jurassic Park likeness, these are kind of the best Velociraptors out there right now. And yeah, you can see why when you get figures like this from Rebor. Gorgeous work. In hand, this is a really nice looking figure. The sculpted detail is incredible. The painted detail is just gorgeous. I mean, it looks hand painted, but it also looks very naturalistic. It's just a gorgeous looking figure. It's great to hold in the hands. It's got a nice weight to it. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. You can see that all the glossy parts are picking up the light where they should. When I open up the jaw, and I'm pretty sure this mechanism is supposed to be this way, you can see the tongue is really nice and wet and glossy. Genuine looking. Same with the flesh in the corners of the mouth. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a close-up look at this guy. Okay, so starting off with this beautiful head sculpt. As you can see, it's really sharp and predatory, just like we'd expect from a Jurassic Park franchise Velociraptor / Jurassic World franchise Velociraptor. And you can see it's got really nice clear coats on the eyes, giving it that genuine glossy look. If I open up the jaw, and you can see there, the tongue did come a little bit loose. So I do hope I haven't broken the tongue, but it still looks very nice on mine. And you can see that glossy clear coat on the corners of the mouth and on the details on the tongue, just picking up the light gorgeously. The teeth have that lovely translucency to them and are very sharp. It's tempting for dinosaur manufacturers to soften those teeth to make them child friendly, but it's great to see them when they're kept sharp and kept detailed like this. So as we move down the neck, you can see really nice sculpted details. Beautiful scaling going on. Gorgeous. Now the arm is articulated, so it can move forwards and backwards. And it's made from a slightly flexible plastic. If I come here, you can see as I'm moving the finger, that is flexible. But it's definitely a hard plastic because it's quite sharp on the claws. But very nice sculpt work on the arm. You can clearly see the musculature. And also on the finger claws. Beautiful sculpting and paint job, and even the finger claws are glossy and very nicely masked off. There's no bleeding. Very detailed. As we move into the torso, you can see some really nice patternation going on across the chest area there. Nice striping across the top. As we move into the leg, really nice clear musculature. Very, very nice indeed. And I love this pose. I love the leg stretched back like that. You can see the toe claws there. Again, masked off and painted in this really nice glossy black. Just a really genuine looking foot there. As we move up to the tail, really nicely painted and sculpted. Really nice and long and slender. But they've retained this look of the musculature running all the way through. Same on the opposite side. Really lovely detail. I love these little highlights of light blue. Really gorgeous. Reminds me a bit of my Arctic Velociraptor paint job that I did. I believe it was for a David Silver kit some time ago now. But I did do a review of that on the channel. You can see really beautiful sculpt work on the legs. Nice clear musculature. I love the contrast of this leg being up and the sickle claw being held backwards, ready for attack. This arm is articulated as well, so you can move that forwards, so you can get some contrast in the arms if you wanted to. Again, I like the way this arm is sort of bunched up, sort of held up close to the body, a bit like T-Rex arms. Get that sort of feeling. Very nice. Really nice painted finger claws as well, and then back up to that head sculpt. I do hope I haven't broken the tongue, but I don't think I have. It looks gorgeous either way. Okay, so let's bring in the trusty tape measure. You can see this thing's about 10 inches long in total, which is amazing, about 26-27 centimeters. In terms of height, you're looking at about 4.5 inches, about 11-12 centimeters. The width of the base is about 4 inches across, so about 10 centimeters. And in terms of width of the body, you're looking at about 2 inches, about 5 centimeters. And the base is a little bit short of that, so just under 2 inches, about 4 or 5 centimeters. So yeah, it's much longer because it's taking this big long stride. But yeah, I really love the way that looks. Okay, size comparison time. Let's bring in off-color Alan. Now, if Alan's looking a little bit dirty and off-color more than usual, my child has actually taken to eating with off-color Alan. So quite often he gets involved in the food process. So there might be some remnants of spaghetti bolognese on him somewhere. So I've been meaning to give him a good wash. But as he's off-color already, I hope you don't mind for today. But as you can see, he scales up really nicely with Pete here. Just looks really cool. Looks like he would in the film. Nice scale. And I've always thought that if you want some really realistic looking raptor figures for your old Jurassic Park toy line, look no further than the Rebor Velociraptors, because they look incredible and the detail just really stands out nicely next to these Jurassic Park classic figures. Next I'm going to bring in Alex DeLarge. Now this is the one that's mid-pounce, and I have reviewed this one on the channel along with Spring-Heeled Jack, which is in the traditional Jurassic Park coloration. I won't bring that one in because they're exactly the same size and the same sculpt, but for size it gives you an idea how big these guys look next to each other, and they are consistent. So that's really nice to see. You can get some really nice raptor dioramas going on with these guys. And as you can see, he's got the blue stripe, just like Blue from Jurassic World. So he's obviously blue inspired, whereas this one here is more of kind of stripes all over. So I believe this is trying to look more like Delta, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not au fait with the Jurassic World Raptor squad as you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Next, I'm going to bring in the Rebor Winston Velociraptor, and this one is in the traditional Jurassic Park coloration. You can see how these two scale up next to each other and how pretty consistent they are with each other. If you want to see this one reviewed, I've put the link down below. I've put links to all of the Rebor Velociraptor line, and these two do look pretty consistent. I think Pete is a little bit taller maybe. And just looking at his sculpt, he looks a little bit more skinny, but I don't know if that's just the way he's posed because he's kind of stretched out, so maybe more of the volume has been stretched out along his body visually. But yeah, they're pretty darn consistent. Pretty cool putting the heads of these two next to each other. You can see the difference in the eye coloration, but both have that really nice glossy clear coat. So you can see the variation in the paint jobs. But yeah, very consistent. Definitely look like they're from the same family. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the brand new 2017 Rebor Pete down in the front here. A fantastic figure. I'm a huge fan of Rebor's Velociraptor line. They're the kind of Jurassic Park figures or Jurassic World figures that we always dreamed of but never got. And they look great with the Jurassic Park figures. They scale up really well. So I can only ask Rebor to keep doing what they're doing, really. And my hope is that they do more Jurassic World inspired stuff, Jurassic Park inspired stuff too. So that we get figures that we've always dreamt of, because these are just gorgeous. Now you've seen it reviewed, why not pick up your own at everythingdinosaur.com? Link is in the description. Something that I wanted to mention is I was looking at this Rebor Winston, and its pose reminds me of the ending of Jurassic Park 3 when the raptors come to retrieve their eggs. This one kind of looks like it's just walking out to meet Alan Grant, but cast your mind back to that moment in Jurassic Park 3 and I think you'll agree it kind of looks like it's stepping out from the jungle to retrieve the eggs. Anyway, let me know, do you own any of these from the Rebor Velociraptor line? I'm really pleased with these, and I'm chuffed to bits to own them. Fantastic stuff by Rebor. Okay guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.